Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mind Your Mental. Just a reminder that this podcast is not meant to be a substitute for a relationship with a licensed mental health professional. I know they are hard to find, and I get that. I have a bunch of resources on my website if you need them, but I am not your clinician. I am a psychologist, but I am not your psychologist. So if you need any specific help, please look for the help of a licensed mental health professional. Learn all you can learn from the podcast. Enjoy the episode. I feel like in your platform, you very much provide a space. And even with your merchandise, which talks about freedom over code switching, I very much resonate with that because with my patients and even with my students in teaching undergrad, they mention the fact that they are not even just code switching. I feel like they're creating whole avatars of their beings when they're in the workspace or the school space. And a lot of times it's not even limited there. Like being in their homes and not feeling as though they can be themselves when they're in the younger generation. So how did you get to a space where you realized that was starting to impact you and you wanted to just take your power back and have that freedom in the first place?
Well, for me, it came from sickness, right? And so I always tell people, honey, don't wait till you get sick to, choose yourself. And so in my darkest hour, I was just in prayer and I was exhausted. I was losing faith. And I thought God had forgotten about me. And my prayer was, God, if you heal me, you can have me. And so what that meant was I couldn't live the life I tried to create for myself anymore. I had to live the way God created me to live. And that just meant I had to start taking layers off. And so after that prayer, I just felt different. I can't explain it. And something just shifted inside of me. From that day on, every day, I just started to remove layers, afraid. When I first started doing videos, I was gently trying to gauge, are people all right with this? If I talk like my normal self that I do in the, privacy of my home or when I'm talking to my daddy and my family, are people going to be okay with that? Because, I have been doing it for a very long time and we're taught so young in the South.
Yeah.
And when I realized that we're really the only people who do it, especially Southerners, right? Because we're told, that we sound country or ignorant. And people like from up north, they accents is cool. It's fine for them, right? But they'll still have, even if they code switch, you can still tell they're from the north. For us, it was like, you got to cover the southern part of you and you got to cover the black part of you, right? Especially when I got into, entertainment. And so that's not freedom. And it was exhausting and it was killing me. I was like, okay, Lord, maybe that's part of the reason I was so sick. I couldn't breathe. I was suffocating the true me. So that's when it started for me.
Do you have any tips that you could provide or even just one tip for someone who's struggling with feeling like their true self would be welcome or accepted? I get that all the time with people being like, you're a doctor and like, I see you online listening to rap music and telling people that like, you're not going to talk to me sideways. And just,
exactly.
I genuinely always felt like I have a personality or a confidence with my intellect that makes people want to humble me. Like, and I was just like, I had to be broken to get this. Like, this came from experience. So I never have like the perfect tips because I'm just like, this is very much.
It's got to be an internal thing, right? There's really not a one-way way to get to it. The main thing is you got to find out who you are.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, that's what it was. It's like I kind of was running from who I was, thinking that who I created would win. And so we got to get to like, who's the true me? Who is that person? What do I like? What do I love? What don't I like? What don't I love? What scares me? What makes me feel like I have to conform? Start asking yourself these questions and answering them truthfully so that you can get to the true you. And then when those moments happen where you're in a room that you feel like you're about to conform to fit in, check yourself and then realize like, this is when I do it. Why do I do it now? Do I not feel good enough? Do I not feel worthy to be in this room? Because that's where it comes from. If it's like, do I feel like I have to survive in this moment? Like, what is your reason? Like our ancestors, they code switched because of survival.
They had to.
But they did it so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think if we address that and we really do that little soul search, we can all come up out of it.
Yeah, I always feel like one of the things I provide in therapy as well as with my students, is trying to have an aspect of educational empowerment. There are so many times where you have things embedded in you and you don't even know where they come from, right? Like you feel the need to straighten your hair. And it's not only the aspect of the routine, it's like something within you makes you feel as though you have to look a certain way. Yep. So I try to provide educational empowerment to be like, these come from stereotypes.
Yep.
And in order for you to dispel or combat the stereotypes, we have to state where they come from, like negatively biased, the whole aspect of them. But I feel like a lot of people struggle with even just knowing themselves.
Hey, everyone, just a reminder that Mind Your Mental is not just a podcast. It is also a amazing community, if I do say so myself. It's phenomenal. I mean, you get more access to me. What more could you want in this life? So if you want to join the community, if you're not already on the community, go to my social media. My social media is the same, Raquel Martin, PhD, and DM me the word community so you can get details on joining this amazing flipping community. You get more access to me, y'all. Like, I'm a delight. All right. Hope to see you there.